at the National Sport Festival. A lot currently happening down there as reaction has continued to trail the opening ceremony of the 22nd National Sport Festival in Ogun State. As the games began at the 22nd National Sport Festival Tag Gateway Games 24 after a colorful, spectacular opening ceremony. The Director General of the National Sports Commission, Honorable Bukola OLOPADE, has met with state delegates, assuring them of a groundbreaking event that will set new standards in the history of the games. The entire sporting community in the country and beyond were thrilled with a spectacle embedded with a rich cultural display laced with world-class performances from the likes of Davido, Asha, as the games began with an opening ceremony of world-class standard over the weekend. Michael, what do you make of it? OLOPADE, of course, assuring delegates of safety as the National Sport Festival, of course, begins down there in Ogun State.
A way to go. I need to also assure all the delegates from various states, including the invited junior athletes, that their safety is intact, and the safety, of course, is a very key angle towards organizing a very successful competition. You can't talk about having a successful competition without putting safety measures in place, which I believe that the Ogun State government have been able to do their own part of the bargain. And that is why, since the opening ceremony get underway on Sunday, we've not had any incident of any casualty. So I think it's the right thing for the Honorable, to also encourage all the delegates to, be rest assured that their safety is paramount. And beyond that, he also encouraged them, urging them to use the sport as a tool for nations building, and to also foster unity, peace, which for me are the core bedrocks of our society. For most, thoroughly be together as a heterogeneous, nation. And all things are said and done, one thing remains, that it was a very colorful opening ceremony, laced with a whole lot of cultural display, marked or sparked off by some technological improvement compared to what we see in the past editions of the National Sport Festival. So I think this year's edition, more like a gradual shift from just the cultural exhibition of each state. It goes beyond that, to add it up with more technological, advancements, so as to improve the level of the competition. And I think I'm very, very, happy with the opening ceremony and the admonition given by Honorable Bukola OLOPADE.
All right, so since talking about the National Sports Festival, Benue State was conspicuously absent at the opening ceremony of the ongoing National Sports Festival. Of course, not very good at this point in time. What could have been responsible for Benue State not to participate in this particular one?
I had to make some contacts with, the state ESCO of the Benue Sports Ministry, and he also gave his own side of the story because they had some challenges or hiccups on their way while arriving, but they've already arrived. It's just that it was late during the time of the opening ceremony. They weren't there to represent their state, but then later on we were informed that also arrived due to, of course, the poor road network in the nation. Some of them pass through land, through the road, and that actually hindered their fast arrival at Ogun State, and that made them to miss the opening ceremony. But then, as we speak, Benue State contingent are fully on ground.
But according to checks, Benue remained the only state without a registered contingent at this year's edition for the games as of the time, of course, of the opening ceremony. So if they didn't register any athletes, how would they participate at the National Sports Festival?
That is their business. Maybe when they arrived, they are going to sort out things out for themselves. And I believe that they won't be denied of such opportunity.
If you didn't register, there's no how you're going to participate. Registration must come first. Even talking about Poor Road Network, how far is Benue and, Ogun State? In fact, you're even supposed to arrive 3 days, to the National Sport Festival, probably logistic reason or whatever. But as it stands now, according to reports, no registered athletes, and the competition has started. So I think probably they might be out of this particular edition.
I don't know whether they might be, but one thing remains is that they've arrived Ogun State. Whether or not they are going to take part in the competition, having not registered their athletes, remain to be seen. We'll just keep our fingers crossed to hear the next line of the story.